this is Victoria. It's day 10 of my vlogging challenge, and today I've been feeling extreme resistance to making a video. I sat for the last maybe 3 or 4 hours and I couldn't think of anything that I wanted to say, and I was just feeling, I was saying to Matthew I was feeling tired, my mind was just all over the place, and Matthew said to me, Victoria, you're just obviously about to have a breakthrough, so it's really important right now that no matter, you know, how much you're resisting this, you go out there and you make a video. Because I understand that there comes a time when we reach our threshold, and if we don't take action on that point, then we don't grow to the next level of who we can become. So it's really important, no matter how much I'm resisting this right now, that I stand in front of the camera and make this video so that I can become the next grandest version of myself. So, and the reason I'm explaining this out loud is so that if there's something in your life which you are resisting doing right now that you know you should be doing, you know, take action on it, because even though you really don't want to, just take action on it. Or if something's making you feel uncomfortable, just do it anyway. We've all got this like thermostat for how healthy we should be, how good our finances should be, how good our relationship should be, and it's usually based on, you know, things that happen to us in our childhood, what we experience with our family, past experiences as we've been growing up. So you know, the good news is though that if you haven't been experiencing perfect health in your life up until now, or perfect relationships or perfect finances, that you don't have to limit yourself to what you've had in the past. Every single day we wake up in the morning, we get up out of bed and we choose who we are. Now our circumstances right there and then are as a result of the things we've done in the past, but right there in that moment we can choose to be the person that we're going to be from that moment forward. So with that said, today's video that I'm going to make is, I wanted to talk about limiting beliefs and how they can affect us. For myself, I had a limiting belief that because I'm breastfeeding Indigo, that I needed to have more fat in my diet and I couldn't eat a high raw vegan diet. And I had this belief pretty much after giving birth right up until I was on Camino. My partner Matthew and I walked Camino early on this year with our baby Indigo, and whilst we were on Camino, we were walking from Finisterre from Santiago to Finisterre, which is the end part, and one day it was pouring down with rain, and we went into a pub to get out of the rain, and I sat down and I started feeding my son. And this little old lady, she was sat by the fire, in front of the fire, and she turned around, she saw that I was breastfeeding, and she called to her son. She said, Jose, bring this girl some milk, she's breastfeeding. So the young man runs out with a glass of milk, and I had to explain to her, thank you very much, I really appreciate your sentiments, but I'm vegan, I don't drink milk. And she was quite shocked, because in her world, if a woman's breastfeeding, she needs to drink milk. So after we were leaving the pub and we were walking down the road, sometimes I can get a little bit on my high horse, and I was saying to Matthew, you know, how can she not know that you don't need to drink milk in order to produce milk? I mean, surely she knows that cows don't drink milk, adult cows don't drink milk, they just eat grass. And as I was saying this, I had a realization in myself that cows who produce loads of milk, they just eat grass. So it was kind of, she was there as a teacher to me in my life. Sometimes teachers come in the strangest forms, and it was for me to realize, whilst I was criticizing her understanding, I was getting a new lesson myself, in that actually, Victoria, you don't need to have high fat in order to produce lots of milk for your son. So that was one of the lessons that I learned, and since then I've been eating high carb, but it's only recently now that I've decided, okay, I'm going to eat fully raw and work towards being high carb raw vegan long term. Another limiting belief that I know many women have is that there's a lot of women who are vegan, and then when they get pregnant they start eating meat because they believe that they need that nutrition in order to have a healthy baby. Now, I had a fully vegan pregnancy because I did a lot of research on it. I contacted a lot of other vegan mothers, and got the references so that I could create the internal beliefs to know that if I had a vegan child, that would be a healthy thing for me to do. But for women who, I know that some women, they want to, and then it gets to the point and they start having cravings, and they'll start, like one friend, I remember she was explaining to me, she said, I had visions of meat and I just knew that I needed it. And when she said that, what I understood was that she was lacking in certain vitamins and nutrients in her diet, and her unconscious mind was remembering a time when she last had those vitamins and minerals in her diet in a condensed form, in quantity. And so she was remembering, say she ate a big steak or a burger or something, and then that was why she felt that she needed the meat. But it wasn't that she needed the meat, it was that she needed the nutrients, and she could have actually got those nutrients in vegan form had she educated herself about the right diet, about how to do that. Our beliefs about whether our diet is serving us actually will affect whether our diet serves us or not, because two people can be eating exactly the same foods, but because of our thought processes, one person will be healthy on that diet and the other person will have different ailments, and it's not necessarily the foods that they're eating, but their thoughts about those foods, because our thoughts affect the energetic properties in the foods. And if you look at someone like Masaru Emoto, and he explains about what he's thinking about the different water, and he did the experiments where he writes love on one water bottle and hate and jealousy and things on different water, and then he tested it, and it shows the difference in the particles. We are 70% plus water beings, so of course our thoughts affect our reality. Of course our beliefs around our food are actually going to affect how healthy that food is for us. And that's why sometimes two people can be eating exactly the same diet, and because one person believes that that diet isn't serving them, they won't flourish eating those foods and the other person will. So that's today's video. I tried to give you a little insight into where I'm at right now, and I look forward to sharing with you tomorrow. My name is Victoria, signing out.